Hey everybody, Christopher Greene, Alternative Media Television. Please take a moment to like, share this video, get it out to your friends and family. Click the bell, otherwise you will not get our video in your subscription feed. They do not want you to have this information. The President of the United States, you might even hear him in the background, is actually speaking right now on 5G. And the reason is, as I've said for many, many months and many, many years, 5G is a military weapon. It is a military operation, and there would be no other reason the President of the United States would be speaking right now on this topic. He would just ignore it. You wouldn't give a speech on it unless it was absolutely huge. It was absolutely massive. It was the new Sputnik moment. It was a military endeavor, kind of like when we were building nukes in the war against Russia during the Cold War, when every American was fearing a nuclear blast and a nuclear bomb going off in an American city, where you were propagandized and lied to about things like landing on the moon, which in my humble opinion, never ever happened. Ever. It's a lie. It's BS. We've never been there. Do you really think that they would broadcast and live stream landing on the moon when the risk was about 90+% to the upside, that the astronauts that allegedly landed wouldn't even survive? That they would die right on camera? You think your government would actually risk that kind of failure at a time when we were fighting a nuclear arms race with Russia? No way. Dude, no way would they do that. Not unless they had already confirmed that we actually were going to do it successfully, and or if it was just a fiction and a lie from the get-go. It was just one giant Hollywood production. You know, kind of like how they tell us Julian Assange was abruptly escorted out of the embassy, yet he still had time to carry a book with some guy's face on it, point it at the camera, point his face at the camera, like some Hollywood studio production while they were carrying him out. I mean, what if there was like some kind of device or something in the book, or like a weapon or something? Why would they just let him take that out with him? It doesn't make any sense. And again, it's a ruse. Case in point, Israel yesterday allegedly attempted to put a rover on the moon, but they failed because we've never been there and we've never been back since, what was it, like 40 years ago? So you're telling me we went to the moon. Let's just say you believe that official story. We were there like 40 years ago, a long, long time ago, but we've never been back since, ever. In Israel, one of the technological giants where a lot of our technology comes from here in the United States, can't even land a rover on the moon successfully yesterday in their attempt not to even put a man on the moon, but just put some kind of device, which failed and lost communication. See, it doesn't make any sense, but the point is, going back to 5G, 5G is a military weapon. It's a government operation. It's where the payment systems and the payment networks will be operating on. And it'll be used as a mass surveillance control grid, as well as a social credit scoring system that they've already rolled out in China. This is what a totalitarian, Brave New World, Aldous Huxley dystopia looks like, and it's exactly what the 5G tech is. It causes cancer, radiation. There's been multiple cases recently of people dying as a result of just the cellular Wi-Fi that we have now. There was 4 children diagnosed at a school here in the United States because there's a cell phone tower outside of the school and they refused to remove it until now, until 4 diagnoses of cancer. It causes oxidative damage. It can also be used for mind control. We know this through declassified documents, MK Ultra and others that prove that to be a valid fact. It's not an opinion and it's not a conspiracy theory. Again, Donald Trump jokes about how they're going to roll out 6G next, but the only reason he does that is because he's trying to normalize 5G, the military weapon.
I want to thank you all for being here to discuss a critical issue for our country's future. Winning the race to be the world's leading provider of 5G cellular communications networks. It's all about 5G now. We were 4G and everybody was saying we have to get 4G. And then they said, before that, we have to get 3G, and now we have to get 5G, and 5G is a big deal, and that's going to be there for a while, and I guess at some point we'll be talking to you about number 6. What do you think? Do you think that's true, Asia?
Again, he wouldn't even be speaking about it to the public right now on my cell phone via the White House unless it was just that, a weapon, and it's what it is. It'll be used to control the American people, and many of you tuning in around the world. It's been rolled out in other countries, and whoever dominates this technology will control the world. It's called the electromagnetic spectrum, the EMS. You've probably heard of EMP, where the grid will go down like that potentially in the very near future, which I actually think is coming for at least a very short period of time. That's why we also urge you to be prepared and diversified in your risk basket in preparing for, well, what we know is obviously coming to the United States. Again, yesterday was the death nail in the coffin for internet freedom. Theresa May on video is actually rejoicing in the fact that Julian Assange, whether or not you like him or not, but all he's done is simply leaked the truth out to the American public, and the politicians don't like the truth getting out there. I mean, what did he even put out there? An image and a video of U.S. troops and our government shooting down innocent civilians during the war in Iraq? I mean, that sounds like a war crime to me. It sounds like a humanitarian crisis. But as was the character, the late deceased, what is his name, Vidal, on the book, proves, you don't live in a democracy here in the United States. It's not even a constitutional republic anymore. It's been hijacked and taken over by a group of elite oligarchical families that rule over all of us. They've now merged with technological giants, which are now big government. They're one and the same. And there's only like 4 or 5 of them in existence. There's no regulation. They're never going to raise interest rates. They can't. They'll never do it in your lifetime. Nor are they going to stop the bailouts. Donald Trump is again speaking about 5G because it's a military rollout, a military weapon, and it is America's new Manhattan Project. Whoever dominates and leads with this new technology will dominate the world. It will control AI and artificial intelligence infrastructure. It will control the micro drones that go on missions and assassinate world leaders because a rogue government just simply doesn't like another country. The entire technology and rollout of 5G is a control system. Again, it affects everything humanly possible, from payments to government control to brainwashing, mind control, so that you only have access to information that the government wants. It's also why they're putting up satellites out in space so you can't get out of the grid. Right? They've got to keep you in this Orwellian system at all times. Very, very dangerous. And that's not to mention the health effects that we know. And they've done no studies on this. I'm sure the government has, but they've done no private studies on the health effects of 5G. And we already know people are dying from the 4G and the 3G and the 2G and the 1G stuff. In fact, there's a gentleman who was just in the news. He was a heavy cell phone user. He always had the cell phone to his head. It's why you're supposed to use the speaker phone. Just developed a tumor in the same spot. He continuously held that cell phone. Again, Donald Trump is speaking about 5G technology because they're waging a war against other countries and a war against everyday Americans as they continually to violate your amendments and the Constitution through illegal search and seizure, continue to wiretap, spy on your devices, spy on you and your family, put Alexas and other devices in your home, listen, monitor, scan, and record everything you do, which will be used in a court of law with not even habeas corpus anymore, because it seems like that's gone away too. Again, you're now guilty until proven innocent in this country, not the other way around. 5G, get this message out everywhere, is a weapon of the state. I expect very dire consequences to this, and I expect a very dire series of events coming as a result of this brand new military technology. And let's be clear, it's a military technology. It's not a private technology. It's why Donald Trump and the state and all these government officials are very, very interested in it, because it'll be used to control you and the entire globe. We'll see who the victor is in the coming years. Will it be China? Will it be Russia? Or will it be a declining empire here in the United States, which has spent itself into oblivion and barely still resembles a republic at all? I'm Christopher Greene. Get this video out everywhere. Make it viral, share it, and God bless. Hey guys, now's the time to get involved and learn as much as you can possibly about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and blockchain tech. I did a video earlier today. I said, don't FOMO. Don't fear of missing out on this blockchain wave. It's going to be the biggest thing that you've ever seen in world history. In my opinion, it'll be bigger than the Google IPO. Why? Because Bitcoin isn't a company. It's a decentralized currency. It's a media mechanism. It is completely censorship resistant. It is a payment infrastructure. It's a store of value like gold. All of these different kinds of things, and it's about to take over the globe. Again, don't fear of missing out. Don't FOMO. Participate. More importantly, learn about this radical new invention, how it'll affect your job, how it'll affect your career, how you can pivot. Again, it's not investment advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you you're going to make money. You could make money. You might lose it. You might do nothing. In fact, a lot of our students don't even invest in Bitcoin. They just want to know how it's going to affect their future. It's changing the world radically. You can also listen to interviews I've conducted with people like Steve Wozniak, the co-founder of Apple Computers, and hedge fund managers like Tim Draper. and Dan Morehead and others, multi-billionaires on Wall Street, investing heavily in this tech. Again, the too big to fail bankster cartel is lying to you. They don't want you to know about Bitcoin, while at the same time they invest rapidly into blockchain technology. Did you know Visa just declared a partnership with Coinbase, which now has an $8 billion valuation? That's right, Visa. They're going to be using your credit and debit card with cryptocurrency. You can now do this in Europe, and it's coming to the United States next. Facebook just announced a $1 billion fundraising event so that they can invest heavily into cryptocurrency tech. This is the future. Everybody knows it but the general public. Again, the masses are always the last to the party. So don't be late. Actually show up. Learn as much as you can at bitcoinrich.com. We're closing the doors. This is your last opportunity to register. Get 15 plus hours of content from all over the world as we travel all over the world and learn everything you need to know. You can follow my trades. One of my recent trades is up 3,300%. That is unbelievable. Another one of my trades is up just over 30% in recent months. The opportunity is now, not when Bitcoin's at 20K, but when Bitcoin is at 5K like it is today. More importantly, learn about all these various cryptocurrencies and technologies that are changing everything. It's so big, I haven't seen anything this huge since the advent of the internet, the .coms, and social media. And what did I do 10 years ago? I started a social media company and I went all in because I knew it was the future. Now I'm all in Bitcoin, and so are the too big to fail bankers and the elites. Everybody knows it's coming, but again, middle America and average people that just don't understand it think it's a pretty revolutionary and great idea, but then refuse to learn about it. What I'm urging you today is to take that risk, step outside of the box, jump into the pool, and more importantly, learn about blockchain, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and this brand new technology that is taking over the globe. I love you guys. It's time to empower yourself. Click the link below. Join us at bitcoinrich.com. I will see you all at school. Again, today is your last opportunity to get in. God bless.